Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's been a few days since I've done a video, so I thought I would just do a quick shorty little video for you today. And the topic I would like to talk about today is how we choose to see moments in our life, whether you choose to see the moment as a lesson or opportunity, or do you choose to see it as a hardship or maybe a suffering or a challenge or something like that. Because, and this is an important topic for everybody, because how you choose to see the world around you is a representation of how you are showing up into the world around you. So if your choice is to see everything as a hardship or a failure or a shortcoming or something that you're never going to be enough or whatever it is, that's an extension or a representation of how you are showing up for other people to see. That's how other people see you showing up. So, first impressions are everything, right? It's very important that we recognize this. And I forget who said the quote. I'm so sorry, off the cuff, I forget who said it, but all of us are self-made, but only the successful will admit it. Okay? I think it was Nightingale. I don't remember who said it. But the point is that good or bad, every scenario in our lives are a result or a consequence of what we have decided for our life to be. Whether it was in a small moment and we weren't paying attention and we missed it and we made a decision in a small moment, that the consequence of that moment later ended up being something good or bad in our life. Now when I say consequence, I know that a lot of people represent that as a negative thing, but a consequence really is kind of an indifferent thing. It's kind of a neutral thing. It's the result of something. That's all it is. It's just the result of. So, good or bad, when you've made that decision for a small thing, big thing, to quit a job or to start dating this person or say yes to those plans or no to those plans, whatever it is, right? The thousands of little decisions that we make in a day, each of us, those decisions, the consequences of those decisions, if I could speak English, culminate to, or amalgamate really, to what our life is as a sum whole, okay? If there's some piece or fragment or large portion of your life that you're unhappy with, it's time to take a look at all the small decisions that led to that portion that you're unhappy with. Generally speaking, it's just going to be the total of a lot of small things, not really one big thing that happened and then here's this thing. It's usually going to be a bunch of small little decisions along the way that kind of added up to a bigger total. So yeah, the topic of today's video is to just be aware of how we are viewing the world around us, really. Are we seeing things as a negative or a positive? If you see if the world you see around you is only negative, then that's how you're showing up to the world. And when opportunities come, they present themselves to you, you'll present negativity back to them, right? Which ruins the opportunities. So then that further feeds into a negative aspect because things just don't work out for me. I'm unlucky. Things don't happen for me. Blah, 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 whatever the story is, right? We can conquer that story simply by being more positive in an outlook in life. It's not just some hokey thing that motivational speakers and things talk about. Oh, listen to motivational tapes daily and your mindset will change. It's not a hokey thing that doesn't work, that's just for the elite few, blah, blah, blah. It's for everybody. It's just a matter of how are we putting that into practice is the real question. And it's all in the small, again, it's the small details. I know I'm repeating myself, but it bears repeating. It's the small details, day to day, that get you from here to there, okay? It's kind of like, I'll use a bad habit like smoking, for example. Smoking one cigarette doesn't make you a smoker. It doesn't represent the health problems, the stroke risk, the heart attack risk, the lung problems, the fatty tissues in your arteries and the buildups and all this. Smoking one cigarette doesn't represent that, okay? It is years of the same repetitive behavior that represents this ugly mess of a sum total. And it's the same thing with any other aspect in your life, with your relationships, with your jobs, with your goals, your ambitions, your desires, your dreams, whatever it is. It's the same thing. It's the tiny little innocuous, insignificant things that we forget to pay attention to. It's how we handle those tiny things that add up over time that build a sum whole of whether you're really happy with something or really unhappy with something. It's what builds you to, say, your dream. Say your dream is to own a business and to be hyper successful and to be rich and famous and whatever, blah, 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 all these things. That the goal that you're trying to reach is the final summation, like the final total. To get there, you have to change the little tiny baby steps that you have to take from here to there, right? All of those steps have to change. That's the point I'm making. And whether or not you have a big goal is inconsequential. Whether or not you're chasing a goal, whether you're aimless in life and you don't have a goal, which I don't recommend. But even if you're that person, who I was for a long time, even if you're that person that doesn't really have a goal, the tiny things that you do each day still are building to whatever your life is. The tiny things that you started doing 10 years ago are why your life is the way it is today. Okay? So if you want your life to be different, better, changed, whatever, 10 years from now, then you need to decide today to start making those tiny little micro decisions in better ways, to start seeing them in more positive lights, and put positivity and motivation in your head every day, like hygiene, like showering habits. Like it needs to be a daily thing. Change the way you see your world, and the world will change in accordance with that over time. That's an absolute fact. It just takes time. You can't snap your fingers and have it in a month. It just takes time. You can see progress in a month. You can see progress in a year. You can see your whole life changed in like 5-10 years. Your whole life, everything that was ever possible for your life could be vastly different. And I know this because I came from a background of heavy child abuse. I came from homelessness, from joblessness and everything. Like, I came from these backgrounds. And if I hadn't changed, then I would just be that person still. And I wouldn't be having this conversation with you. I wouldn't have even known the things that I know to even think about the topics, to come and do these videos with you. So it's absolutely possible that people can change. It's a fallacy that they don't change. People change all the time. It just in small incremental ways that easily get missed. So give yourself credit. Give yourself permission, because you got this. You can do this. Anybody can. You can do it. I did it. You can do it. And I am not that special of a guy. I promise you. Right? You can do this. You just need to change the daily habits of how you see things. Instead of getting mad with people when you're driving, yes, I'll give you a great example. Just yesterday, I was driving to a place, sitting at a red light. I had the windows down on my Jeep, and I'm just sitting there, and I got the radio playing. I got some good tunes. I'm just having a good time, blah blah blah, just doing my thing. And the guy next to me in the car, I looked over. He was kind of just sitting there, but he was kind of indifferent. You know, he wasn't mad, but he wasn't super happy. He was just kind of right? So I said, "Hey man," and he says, "What?" I said, "High five." And I high-fived the guy at the red light just to make his day better. And his whole face lit up. He had a good time and went off, and I don't know what else happened to the rest of his day, but guarantee for that 4 seconds, he had fun, right? It's all it is. It's just challenging the norm and just change the pattern. Just a little bit each day. Say hi to somebody. Give a stranger a compliment. Have a good time. Enjoy yourself. It's kind of like my mom used to say when I was growing up, that if you're not having a good time, you're the one not doing it right. It's not somebody else's fault. It's not a situation. It's not a circumstance. If you're not having a good time, you're not doing it right. Find a way to have a good time. So yeah, that's the video for today. I'm trying to keep it a little bit shorter. Sorry if I didn't. Thank you again. Thanks for stopping by. Got some links down below. And I am looking at maybe starting up one of those them there TikTok channels. So look forward to some TikTok videos. A little short, little micro, little motivational thing, make you feel good. Haha. That should be coming up soon-ish. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you in the next video. Good luck with it. If you need some tips and tricks, advice, hit me up in the comments below, and I would love to interact with you. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping in, folks. Again, I'm doing most of these things unedited. Enjoy. It's just a genuine journey from the beginning. There you go.